Rescuer podcast. We are here to talk about saving yourself from natural disaster. The topic of the day is saving yourself from flood. I'm Kain here, the MC of the day, and now I'll let our members to introduce themselves, starting from Jing Sheng.
Hi, I'm Jing Sheng from EDT.
I'm Songy from MAT.
I'm Xiamen from MAT.
I'm Yuheng from MFC2.
I'm Singi from ADT.
So in the past few months, some of the area in Malaysia experienced serious flood. In Taman Sri Muda, Shah Alam, a city in Selangor, faced a serious flood where the area is filled with water of 4 meters. And can you imagine that? It's about 1.5 stories. And according to the Star, one of the family in Taman Sri Muda experienced a dangerous flood and losses totaling of RM 100K, since most of his product were damaged in the flood. So did any of y'all experience flood before?
Right here. I've experienced minor floods during my primary school, and that time was at evening at my daycare. I believe that it was not the first time I had experienced this. Due to the draining system around the school is not so well, it causes the water level rising. The flood was quite serious that the water level is over our waist, but it was luckily that the flood occurs in a small area.
Then did you guys move to a higher area or something?
No, because the time was about 7 p.m. and the parents are going to fetch their kids home.
I see. But how your parents fetch you all back though? Since the water level is over the waist and the car can't even drive in, do you guys walk to a higher area where the car can still drive in?
My parents just parked where the area was not flooded and walked to the daycare and fetched me back to the car. It sounds terrible, but yeah, that's the fact how it happens.
The car is gonna be smelly the next day. How about others? Did anyone of y'all experience flood?
I did experience it in my elementary school. I remember that classroom that time was on the first floor. That's a time it ran for the whole day, and the water level rose to about the same height as the table. And my classmate and I, and also a teacher, put all the things and even ourselves on the table. Then they continued the class like nothing happened until the water level receded.
Wait, is it table height?
Yeah, it's about the knee that time, in my waist that time, and my height.
Oh, that sounds scary. Luckily, I haven't experienced before.
For me, I have not experienced before too.
I have also experienced before in my secondary school. My school located in the low-lying area, so it is easily happen flood whenever there has a heavy rain.
Okay, I actually experienced before too. The water came into the kitchen of my house, and luckily it doesn't reach the living room. And it actually reached my ankle only, so we just have to bring the furniture to somewhere else so that the water won't spoil them. And also we turn off the electricity of the fridge so that we don't get zapped by the electricity when we touch the water. And then we just wait until the rain stops and clean it. And fortunately, we did not lose anything. If I'm not wrong, some of the victims that faced worst flood disaster actually lost their furniture and even cars, and sometimes they couldn't find a way out from their house, right?
For example, a huge flood that occurs mostly all areas of West Malaysia a few months ago that we have mentioned before. Lots of the properties were damaged and a huge amount of loss to the victims. It must be sure that the flood will affect the victims' economic level due to the expenses of purchasing goods and furniture to their home.
Yeah, like what I said just now, some of the family lost 100K, and the minimum price for the fridge will be like about 1K or something, and sometimes the floor might break too.
Floods also actually have a great impact on the economic aspect of the victims, like major floods have lowered the living standard of the people in the disaster areas and their lack of basic living guarantees. Therefore, many disaster victims will disrupt the social order and also impact all aspects of the society.
Yeah, this is kind of true also. To know more about real case serious flood experience, let's invite Mr. Yap to talk about his experience of serious flood. So if I'm not wrong, you are one of the rescuers during the serious flood happened in Taman Sri Muda, right?
Yes.
So what makes you remember the most in the journey of saving?
First of all, I want to introduce myself first. My name is Chun Wei, and it's nice to meet everyone. So my experience through the flood is, I was there in the flood. Uh, I mean the location. I was in there during the second day.
Mhm.
So
So like,
it's like the flood is started to flood a day before, and at night time the flood is getting more serious lah. So at the next day, I was joining one of my mother's friends, so we go and help the victim. But at that time, we going to the houses that is already uh, have no flood already. So the water is like gone already. So at that time, I was like thinking there's still some more places there's is more serious lah. So I just went there. So end up I go to Sri Muda. So when I went in there, and the situation there is very very bad, and at that time I was driving my car to Sri Muda, so I parked at a side and then I walked in, but because of the flood and it's very deep, I mean the water level is very high, so
how high is it though?
I joined the private bomba. I joined the private bomba. It's not the government bomba. Like I joined private bomba. Then we enter that place. After that, the bomba refused to go in. So I joined another group of people. Then they drove the 4x4 lah, the car 4x4 car. Then I joined them. Then we go inside. After that, when we go inside, I join another gang because the 4x4 gang, they don't have boat, they don't have the life jacket, they don't have anything. So I joined another group of people. Then I got myself a life jacket, and also we got a sampan. Then what we do is we bring the food that the people that sponsor. So the food is like you can think it as we got 3 stops lah. The first stop is like first wave of the flood. You can enter there by walking. The water level is about above our waist. And then the second wave is like you need to drive your car inside. Your car still can enter. Then the third wave is the whole Sri Muda lah. That place you can't really walk or can't drive your car because the water level is very high. It's very high until the single story house is like the whole house also covered by water, only the roof there's no water there. So there's many victims that climb on the roof waiting for people to help them, waiting for food. So there are some victims that want to come out because they already surrender everything lah. They like yeah. Then some of them, because their house still got something left inside, and they want to secure their house, they want to make sure their house is safe, nobody break in or what, so they don't want to come up. So we actually we did bring some people who want to come out by our sampan. So we upload some food, some drinks into our sampan. Then we went inside. The sampan is we use hand to yeah. I don't know how to say. The sampan we use hand. No motor one. Okay, so we use our hand. That time when we enter there, when I enter there, it's already 2 a.m. already.
So it's very late.
It's midnight already. So we take the food, put inside our sampan, we
Then
enter
the
the
door.
place. Then we use our voice lah, because no line inside, no electric. Then the whole place is very dark. So we just shout lah. We shout, siapa mau makan, 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 sini ada makan. Then there are some victim, saya mau, saya mau. Then we go there. Then some of them, because they live flat, they live apartment, so their way to get the food is they tie up a basket, then from the balcony or from the window, they throw the basket down. So we put the food inside the basket, then they pull up the basket. Then what we supply is the sponsor supply lah, not me lah. The sponsor that supply food, water, toothpaste, toothbrush, and daily use stuff lah, and also lighter, candles, because at that time that place really don't have any electricity. Everything is dead now. So this is the
I got a question.
Yeah.
What do you think the victim should do to stay safe?
Okay. The victim, actually they should go out. They shouldn't stay at their place because we don't know what will happen. We don't know when will the rain is going to stop or going to continue to rain. And we also don't know the building, still the structure is still stable or not, or it's going to fall or what, because inside the water, we don't know what is inside the water. There are like many sharp things, many things inside. So when you step on it, it will hurt yourself. So better everybody that went out is the best lah. Then also we don't need to send food inside. You went out, got place like Dewan, you can stay inside Dewan. People donate food also easier. No need take boat, go inside, give food like this.
Yeah.
But I can understand lah. If it's me also, I will also stay inside because I want to make sure my house, all my things is safe. Nobody break into my house like this.
Like, did anyone of them like date or something?
There is people who lost their life during the flood, but I'm very lucky I didn't see any dead body. So it's considered a very good thing because if I saw a dead body in front of me, I think I will cry I will surrender because I'm very scared.
Yeah, okay. Thank you so much for being Yap to share about his experience about the serious flood. So yeah, so to decrease the number of victims that get injured or even pass away from the flood, we are here to spread awareness about self-protection when facing flood. So more people will know what to do and how to protect themselves while facing flood, or even have the opportunity to save others.
I think the most important thing is to ensure electrical items are properly stored. We all know that electricity and water do not mix well, right? So when a flood occurs, having electrical goods on hand might cause plenty of issues. Electrocution is probably the most harmful of them all. If Lady Luck isn't on your side, there's a good risk you'll be stunned by the electrical currents. You must keep your electrical appliance in a secure locations, such as higher ground or a safety box. Wireless products are very valuable in this because they are easy to keep.
Yeah, this is important. Like some of the people might be too panicked or forgot to turn off the electricity plug when facing flood.
Okay, another thing is make sure you have your own emergency supplies, including non-perishable food and drinking water. Store at least a 3-day supply because the flood may take some time to recede, and the flood rescue team may not reach to you at the first time. Also, leave the lower areas and avoid driving through flooded areas or standing water, because the flood may be strong enough to sweep you away no matter you are in a car or just standing there.
But you don't know when will the flood came in, or like how to prepare the 3-day supply even if you don't know the flood will came or not.
No. The point is pack your emergency supplies. You can expect you can survive in flood without food and water, right? So the supplies are indispensable. And the 3-day supply is just a standard amount for surviving in floods because you can't bring all supplies.
So you mean like bring the food that your kitchen have to a safer place, and so while we are waiting or something, you're waiting for the rescuer to come, you at least have the food to survive.
Yeah, exactly. Food and water are always the most important items when you are facing a natural disaster.
Yeah. Right.
Besides, I think it is important to improve the drainage system. A flood will happen when the drain is stuck or the drainage system is not being well maintained. So people should not simply throw away the garbage into the drain or river. On the other hand, you should also keep a habit to always be cautious about weather forecasts and news. This habit can help to reduce casualties efficiently. Prepare a radio at home in case when there's a flood happen, you can still get the information from the government. Precaution is better than cure. You should always be prepared for the incident.
Yeah, other than those, I think staying calm is important too. Stay calm and wait for the rescue team to help you, since they have more experience than you and they have practiced and learned how to save people. And also, do not swim in the water, since you don't know what is under the water and it might be a sharp metal or even a sharp tree branches. Sometimes also some wild animal like snakes. So wait for the rescuer. So don't swim in the water. Other than that, do you guys have any precaution to recommend or something?
I hope that everyone can be prepared and do some research in advance and don't feel that the disaster is far away from us.
Yeah. I hope everyone something today by watching our podcast. Stay safe and stay healthy. See you guys in the next episode.